When you yell at your cat, do you actually know what's going on inside their mind? Think about it for a moment. Maybe they just knocked your favorite mug off the table, the one you've had for years. Maybe they scratched your brand new couch just hours after you brought it home. Or perhaps they jumped onto the kitchen counter again, even though you've tried to stop them countless times. Your frustration builds, your patience runs thin, and before you even realize it, your voice rises. No! Your cat freezes instantly. Their ears flatten, their pupils widen, their body stiffens. And within seconds, they dart away, disappearing under the couch, behind the door, or into another room. For a brief moment, you might feel like you've taken control of the situation, like you've made your point clear. But have you really? Because while it may seem like your cat understood your message, something very different is actually happening inside their mind. And the truth is, yelling at your cat can have deeper emotional effects than most people realize. It can influence how they see you, how safe they feel, how confident they are, and even how strong your bond becomes over time. Today, we're going to take a deeper look into what really happens when you yell at your cat and why. Understanding this can completely change the way you interact with them. Let's begin. Cats don't think like humans. One of the biggest misunderstandings between humans and cats is how differently we process behavior. As humans, we naturally connect actions with consequences. If someone explains why something is wrong, we can reflect, understand, and adjust our behavior. Even dogs, to some extent, can associate tone and commands with specific actions. But cats? Cats operate on a completely different system. Their brains are wired for survival, not for understanding human rules or expectations. Your cat doesn't know that your expensive couch is off limits. They don't understand that the glass sitting near the edge of the table is fragile. They don't realize that jumping onto the kitchen counter is something you consider unacceptable. To your cat, these are just parts of their environment, places to explore, objects to interact with, surfaces to climb, textures to scratch. Cats are driven by instinct. They climb because it gives them a better view of their surroundings. They scratch to maintain their claws and mark territory. They knock objects over because movement triggers their hunting instincts. They explore because curiosity is part of their nature. So when you suddenly yell, your cat doesn't think, "I did something wrong." Instead, they think, "Something just became dangerous." And that difference changes everything. The first emotion your cat feels is fear. Imagine you're sitting peacefully in your home. Everything feels calm, safe, predictable. Then suddenly, a giant creature much larger than you starts shouting loudly. You don't understand why. You don't know what caused it. All you know is that something feels threatening. That's often how your cat experiences yelling. To them, your raised voice isn't a lesson. It's a warning signal. A loud, unpredictable sound that triggers their survival instincts. Their body reacts instantly. Their heart rate spikes. Stress hormones flood their system. Their muscles tense. Their senses sharpen. Their brain switches into fight or flight mode. Some cats will run and hide immediately. Others will freeze, hoping to avoid detection. And in some cases, if they feel trapped or cornered, they may become defensive, hissing, swatting, or even biting. This isn't bad behavior. It's not stubbornness. It's fear. And fear doesn't teach, it only protects. Yelling can slowly break your cat's trust. Trust is the foundation of your relationship with your cat. Unlike dogs, who often seek approval and guidance, cats choose when and how they connect with you. When your cat curls up beside you, sleeps on your chest, or follows you from room to room, they're showing something incredibly meaningful. They trust you. They feel safe with you. They see you as part of their world. But trust is fragile, and repeated yelling can slowly chip away at it. Your cat may begin to see you as unpredictable. Sometimes you're calm and gentle. Other times you're loud and frightening. That inconsistency can make your cat unsure of how to approach you. At first, the changes might be subtle. They may stop greeting you at the door. They may hesitate before jumping onto your lap. They may leave the room when you enter. Over time, those small shifts can grow into emotional distance. Not because your cat dislikes you, but because they're trying to protect themselves from discomfort. Your cat may become more anxious over time. Cats are incredibly sensitive to their environment. Even small changes can affect their emotional state. And repeated exposure to loud, stressful interactions can lead to ongoing anxiety. The tricky part is that cats don't always show stress in obvious ways. Instead, the signs can be quiet and easy to miss. Your cat may start hiding more often. They may choose unusual sleeping spots. They may become less playful or less curious. Some cats lose their appetite. Others begin over-grooming, licking themselves excessively until patches of fur disappear. You might notice increased vocalization, restlessness, or unusual behaviors around the house. In more serious cases, chronic stress can even lead to physical health issues. Cats rely on a sense of safety to thrive. When that sense of security is disrupted, their overall well-being can suffer. Yelling doesn't teach the lesson you think it does. Here's one of the most important truths every cat owner should understand. Yelling doesn't teach your cat what to do. It only teaches them what to avoid. Let's say your cat jumps onto the counter. You yell. Your cat runs away. It might feel like the problem is solved. But what did your cat actually learn? Did they learn that counters are off limits? Probably not. What they learned is, when my human suddenly gets loud, I should leave. That's it. So what happens next? They wait until you're not around. And then they jump on the counter again, because the behavior itself was never addressed. The scratching continues. The climbing continues. The jumping continues. And the cycle repeats. Your cat may become less affectionate. Over time, repeated negative experiences can change how your cat interacts with you emotionally. A cat that once loved cuddling may become hesitant. A cat that followed you everywhere may start keeping their distance. A cat that purred at your touch may become less responsive. This doesn't happen overnight. It builds gradually. Each uncomfortable interaction adds a small layer of caution. And eventually, your cat may choose distance over connection. Not because they don't care about you, but because they no longer feel completely safe. So what should you do instead? The good news is that there are far more effective and kinder ways to guide your cat's behavior. Instead of punishment, focus on understanding and redirection. If your cat scratches furniture, provide scratching posts in the same area. Make them appealing with textures your cat enjoys. If your cat jumps onto counters, give them alternative high spaces like cat trees or shelves. Cats love vertical territory. It makes them feel secure. If your cat seems restless or destructive, increase playtime. Interactive toys, laser pointers, and puzzle feeders can help release energy and reduce unwanted behavior. Most importantly, reward the behavior you want to see. When your cat uses the scratching post, praise them. When they choose their cat tree instead of the counter, reward them. Positive reinforcement works far better than fear, because it teaches your cat what to do, not just what to avoid. Your cat doesn't expect perfection from you. They don't need you to be flawless. They don't expect you to never feel frustrated. But they do need you to be someone they can trust. Someone who makes them feel safe. Someone who understands them, even when they don't fully understand you. Your cat isn't trying to make your life difficult. They're not being spiteful. They're not acting out of revenge. They're simply being a cat. And sometimes the behaviors that frustrate us the most are simply expressions of their natural instincts. So the next time your cat knocks something off a shelf, scratches your furniture, or breaks one of your house rules, pause. Take a breath. And remember what your reaction means to them. Because while you may only be expressing a moment of frustration, your cat may be experiencing fear, and in your cat's world, you are everything. Their safety, their comfort, their home. The way you respond shapes the trust they place in you every single day. So choose patience whenever you can. Because a cat that feels safe with you is a cat that will love you in ways words can never fully describe. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about understanding your cat, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.